States, but deflected in by Matthew Kachuk. Brother Brady. And on the forecheck with the hit. Chance of USA. They're at Santa Julia Arena in Milan. Kaiser with the puck for Denmark. Denmark in white, the United States in their blue jerseys. Puck sent in deep by Storm. And now it's Quinn Hughes. Back up ice for Team USA. Into the left of Sogard. Setkov was back to pick up the puck for Denmark. Patrick Russell, number 63. Playing the NHL with the Edmonton Oilers. Now Jake Gensel just off the bench for the captain, Austin Matthews. Leaving it for Gensel. Tried to get it out in front for Matt Boldy. Puck deflected off the stick of Brock Faber. This is Oliver Bjorkstrand. He had it taken away by Faber. Number 11, Alexander True, over for Denmark. Bucks it out to the point for a shot by Jensen Oldu. And now Nick Ehlers, number 24 for Denmark.
You would anticipate that this is the best line for Denmark. With True in the middle and Ehlers and Bjorkstrand on either side. You have to be aware when they're on the ice. If you're Team USA.
Ehlers celebrating his 30th birthday today.
On Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Oh, saved by Swimmer. It was behind him and scored! Denmark strikes first. Just a minute, 40 seconds in. And they take a 1-0 lead. Nick Olsen, the two-time Olympian, with the goal for Denmark.
Well, Zakarinsky has this puck, but it doesn't get by the forecheck of Denmark. And there's Olsen. Watch his left skate here. Does he kick that puck? Does he direct that puck after the initial shot? And the redirect in front of the net. It's his right skate, and I don't know if he makes contact or not, Bush, but I think Team USA was looking at it. And the reaction from the Denmark bench.
If it did go off his skate, I don't think he ever got it with his stick after it touching his skate. Hard to tell, but Olsen certainly has a knack for big goals. He scored the game-winning goal against Canada in the 2025 World Championships to beat Canada, and he scores a big one here to get this games off to a quick start.
Now here's Tom Nelson, out to the point, McAvoy. Down Quinn Hughes, long shot, and that's handled by Sogard, and then sticks come up. That's Lars Eller and JT Miller. Connor Hellebuck started game one, allowed 1 goal to Latvia. It's Swayman here tonight. Jay Cottinger is the 3rd goaltender for the United States.
Gotta imagine there's some nerves for Jeremy Swayman making his first start in the Olympics. Not the start that he wanted. Hellebuck, I thought, was solid in the win against Latvia. Obviously, the United States plays back-to-back games on back-to-back days here tonight and tomorrow night. Expect to see Hellebuck once again.
Here's Quinn Hughes walking the line for the United States. Indeed for Jack Eichel. An early 1-0 lead for Denmark. On the goal scored by Olsen. Now it's McAvoy out at the right point. Brady Tkachuk setting up in front of the goal. Eichel has the puck taken away. And it's cleared down into the United States zone. No icing thanks to the hustle of Storm. He's held up by McAvoy.
Yeah, to jump on McAvoy. We're standing still and be able to negate that icing.
Brady Tkachuk continues the battle.
Couple of forearm shivers and even a shot to the back of the head there by Brady Tkachuk.
On Alexander True. 3 minutes in, first period. Here comes Eichel. Eichel shoots in. It's an icing into the right of Sogard.
We'll take an overhead look at the goal by Denmark. The redirect, and it ends up being the skate of Zach Werenski. I saw the skate of Olesen come in there, and clearly that's what Team USA saw, and that's why there was no challenge because of the puck off of Zach Werenski, Team USA defenseman. That first save was a good one, though. Bush off the redirect, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Tough break there for Swayman.
Jack Eichel in for the draw with Alexander True, who has played in the NHL with San Jose and Seattle. There's Ehlers out in front, and it's steered wide to the left with Swayman. Denmark scored just one goal in their first game, the 3-1 loss to Germany. They have an early one here tonight. Here comes Matt Boldy of the Minnesota Wild. Boldy coming wide. And a wraparound scores.
He scores. Yes!
Sogard was so focused on Boldy because there really was no passing option, but look how far he is out of the net. Once he's beyond the blue paint, nearly impossible to get back to the crease. Needs some help from his defenders, doesn't get it, and Boldy with the put away to tie it up.
A quick exit out of the zone. Quinn Hughes with the pass. Denmark actually went for a change. And that opened up a lot of space, and instead of shooting the puck from about 45 feet out, Boldy decides to make the play one-on-one. He recognized the situation, he read it beautifully, and yes, they get a fortunate bounce, but when you take the puck to the blue paint, good things are going to happen. And that's a huge goal for Team USA.
Just under 2 minutes after the goal scored by Olesen of Denmark. The late penalty coming up against the United States. Sogard offload the extra attacker. Holding from Quinn Hughes and Slavin. 3:35 of the first period ties the game for Team USA. 6 games on the ice for Denmark. Here comes Nick Ehlers. Offside, and now Denmark will head to a power play.
Here's Quinn Hughes. Look at Denmark. Everybody's going here. So that opens up all the ice to the right. And now Boldy's got it. And it's a one-on-one situation. And then puck ends up in the back of the net. Excellent job by Jake Gensel to draw the D back and open up even more ice on that particular play on the stretch pass.
Dylan Larkin in the box for holding.
See the arm wrapped around. Danish defender there by Dylan Larkin, and Denmark with their first power play of this tournament. Had no power plays in the game against Germany. 5 forwards for the Denmark team on their first power play. So let's see if Team USA can take advantage of that with a couple of forwards on the back end.
Miller and Trocheck, the first guys over the board for head coach Mike Sullivan, did a good job in game 1.
Here comes Ehlers in with a shot, and that's turned aside. Net comes off behind Swayman.
A couple of Carolina Hurricanes with an impact on that play as the net comes flying off its moorings. Looks like the faceoff's going to come outside. It's clearly Jacob Slavin trips Ehlers. Watch this. Right there, he trips him. He knocks the net off, and the officials say it was Ehlers' fault, which I don't think is the right call, to be honest.
Slavin and Ehlers, as you referenced, the teammates with the Carolina Hurricanes. Lars Eller will take the draw for Denmark. He was the Stanley Cup champion with the Washington Capitals, scored the Cup-winning goal back in 2018. But retrieved by Oscar Fisker Molgard of the Seattle Kraken. 6 NHL players on this Denmark roster. Denmark on the power play, puck out of the zone. It was behind Russell, and now Bjorkstrand. Pass off the skate of Eller, carried across by Fisker Molgard, and then it's cleared back the other way by Sanderson with 1 minute remaining on the Larkin Niner.
Good depth there by Sanderson on the D there. Didn't give up the blue line too much. Was able to stop and get it clear and get some front players on the ice.
Now Ehlers in across the line. Faber back on the puck for the United States. Ahead for Vincent Trocheck, and he clears. 3 shots apiece. We are tied at 1. Goals from Olsen and Boldy. Denmark with a half minute to go on their man advantage. The United States comes out with it shorthanded. Jake Gensel. Puck picked up behind the net by Marcus Lauritsen.
Third shift shorthanded here for Miller and Trocheck as the forwards for Team USA as that puck goes out of play.
Well, look at the 3 groups. Slovakia finishes atop Group B, so they will receive the bye into the quarterfinal round. Canada with a record of 2-0. Second game for the United States.
We did that Group B, that first game of the tournament, the Slovakia-Finland game, and when Slovakia won, we kind of felt like it was an upset. And that could really have a big impact, especially in that grouping. And sure enough, Slovakia ends up winning that group.
Sweden must play in the playoff round. We know that for sure. Finland waiting their fate. It will depend on some of the other matchups. 4 games tomorrow. Penalty has expired. Here's Quinn Hughes for the United States. Wrestling one, and that's gloved by Sogard. 7 minutes in. First period, we check in with Catherine Tappan.
Lee McAvoy. Has been keeping a diary of these games for The Athletic, and in his latest entry, he noted that members of the U.S. hockey team were watching last night when American figure skater and Olympic favorite Ilya Malinin fell twice during the men's singles competition and missed the podium entirely. And while McAvoy said he felt terrible for the quad god, he said it served as a wake-up call for Team USA. And he wrote in that diary, "We know we've talked a lot about not letting this opportunity get away from us every 4 years. We came here for one reason. We know we have to bring our best every single day to represent our country with pride and try our best to achieve the ultimate."
Well, thanks, KT. Wish we had a chance to meet with Charlie right before this tournament started. We could just feel the pride and the energy and the focus with him and knowing exactly where Team USA has been, where they are, and where they are trying to get to.
Yeah, and in addition to that, you think about last year at the Four Nations tournament, McAvoy had to exit that tournament early, couldn't see it to the end. And I feel like in talking to him, he just was chomping at the bit, wanting to get this tournament started and make amends for what didn't go their way last year in that Four Nations and do it right this time around here in the Olympic Games. And it's good that the guys are watching other events and can learn from other situations. Obviously, there's pressure everywhere, right? And you got to be able to handle the pressure, but to see other athletes going through it can be reminders that you can't take things for granted here at the Olympics.
Not only chirping in hockey, but also chirping in curling. I understand what's going on between the Swedes and the Canadians.
Quite the battle. United States killed off the Denmark power play. Pass intended for Austin Matthews. Tired out by Russell. Up the boards and down. And now Quinn Hughes for the United States. Brother Jack, pass picked off. Sent back in. Hughes retrieves. 12 and a half remaining. First period. Here in Milan, United States allowed the first goal. And then Matt Boldy tied it less than 2 minutes later.
A little different looking pair there with heavy offensive thought process with Hughes and Werenski out there to start with that offensive zone face-off, an opportunity for the coaching staff of Team USA to be able to be aggressive as unfortunately the Americans ice the puck.
You guys are talking about Charlie McAvoy, billboard in his hometown of Long Beach, New York.
That was awesome.
Charlie's father-in-law, Mike Sullivan, is the United States head coach. So proud moment for the Sullivan and McAvoy families working together here in Milan. United States offside. They are opponents in the National Hockey League. There is the McAvoy family. If you ever need any plumbing work done, his father's a highly successful business. His family for the last half-century.
Kenny, I gotta say, when you get to my age, I got some problems with my plumbing. I'm just gonna say, I've had it over the last 8 years of my life. So,
Well, you know who to call.
Mr. McAvoy, roll check on line 1.
Denmark with the puck in the United States. So here's Olsen who scored the Denmark goal. Noah Hannafin back with it for Team USA. Nice pass across by Brady Tkachuk. Here's Matthew, his brother. And now they go for a change. Shots are 4-3 in favor of Team USA. Brady Tkachuk hit on the forecheck.
Excellent job by Brady.
Puck held in by Sanderson. Shovels it into the corner.
What an effort by Brady Tkachuk. This sustains the offense here for the Americans.
Shot by Werenski, knocked down and covered by Sogard. Lamore on the McAvoys. KT.
Well, you guys, it's the Charles A. McAvoy Plumbing and Heating. It's been around since 1926, and Charlie told us that his dad was working all day when he was a kid. He'd come home, and before he could even get out of his work clothes, Charlie was putting his hockey gear in the back of the car, and they were driving all the way to Westchester, which is about an hour and a half from his home in Long Beach. He said then he was up at 6 to do it all over again. My dad just told me, I have big dreams for you. He put his blood, sweat, and tears into giving me the opportunity to play this game.
Now watching his son play at the Olympics, representing the United States.
But anyway you want, Charlie McAvoy. Makes it so valuable, not only Boston for the Bruins, but Team USA, but also here at the Olympics.
Marzeller, 17 seasons of the National Hockey League. He's played more NHL games than any other player from Denmark. He was the all-time leading scorer from Denmark. Number 2 is up here in the press area with us, Frans Nielsen, working for Danish TV.
It was lights out and shootout, wasn't it, Ken?
Certainly was. This is Russell, moves the puck into the corner. A score over for Denmark. KT Miller knocks the puck loose. McAvoy battling. Got the line by Storm. Sends it through the crease.
Good effort by Storm. On the battle. Got the puck and took it right to a high traffic area.
Now it's Russell into the corner for Bison. And now Brock Nelson finds Jack Hughes. Return for Nelson, who scored 2 goals in the opener. Jack Hughes maintains control. Back out comes Nelson, stopped by Sogard. And it's cleared out by Ehlers.
Good play there by Jack Hughes. It was on a straight circling the wagons and then Brock Nelson Nelson have some chemistry. Nelson with a good opportunity there.
Matt Boldy, who has the goal for the United States. Gensel moves the puck around to Matthews. Back out, Sanderson spinning with it. Sanderson sends it back behind the net. Stepping up. That's Slavin. Puck taken away by Lauritsen. And now it's True through the neutral zone for Denmark. There's Ehlers. Ehlers circles back. And now fires one into the right of Jeremy Swayman. Back out it comes to the right point. Setkov moves it along the wall. Back out of the zone. Setkov with it. Score! From long range! It beats Swayman and Denmark goes back on top. Just inside the red line. Full Swayman. Denmark leads 2-1.
He lost this puck. As the puck was released, I was right behind the Danish player as he shot it. You can see as it gets above the boards, it's kind of dark above the glass. And I just think Swayman, he just lost sight of it. Bad feeling. You know as it's coming in, you're not picking it up, and you just hope it hits you. Tough break for Swayman. Enzo, you mentioned it in the last game against Latvia to keep the goaltender honest. You know, it wasn't that Swayman was cheating. I think he just didn't pick it up.
Puck hit off the side of the cage on the rush from Mr. Mulgard. So Nicholas B. Jensen from just inside the red line. 36-year-old two-time Olympian who played collegiately in upstate New York at Plattsburgh State from 2010 to 14. Has an Olympic goal shot by Brady Kachuk, misses the net. Here's McAvoy. Now Eichel. Puck comes back up the boards and it's cleared by Olofsson. Denmark with 2 goals here in the first period. Puck was kept in the zone by Nicholas Jensen. Not the goal scorer. They have 2 Nicholas Jensens. The first name spelled differently. Now it's Barzella. Back out to the left point. And a shot from Marcus Lauritsen. Deflected line. Backhand shot by Eller was blocked by Trocheck. Eller with it once again. Hit behind the net. Kicked along by Werenski. Trocheck over for the United States. And Werenski clears the zone. From center ice, Denmark takes a 2-1 lead. Just over 7 to play here in period 1. Now Russell moves the puck around. Quick use back on it for Team USA. Here's Faber up the board. Kept in the zone by Denmark. A hit on score by Faber. And that allows Miller to come away with it. Finds Jack Hughes. Hughes tries to the net. Drop pass could not be handled by Faber.
If he had to sit down on the ice, he might have had a wide open net.
Bison fouled up from behind by Jack Hughes. Now Storm with the puck. Trying to get it out in front was Russell. Back out it comes to the right side. And now the United States will settle things down.
Jack Hughes with a powerful move there, a real quick move. He had no hesitation at all to take that puck to the net, and soft Faber there, just wasn't able to handle it.
Here comes Jake Gensel. Gensel met by Bjorkstrand. Out to the point for Slavin. United States trailing by a goal. Sanderson with it. Shot was blocked. Kept alive, and then Slavin had his attempt blocked as well. Pitching to Sanderson. Sanderson met by Bjorkstrand. Puck sent back out to Slavin. Another block. Now Sanderson fires. Ehlers jumps on the loose puck for Denmark. Up the boards from True. And now Sanderson fell down. allowing Bjorkstrand to keep the puck alive. Austin Matthews behind his own goal. Eddie, you referenced that upset on day one. Slovakia over Finland 4-1. And that was kind of an eye-opener for all of the other teams.
Sure did.
And here today, it's Denmark down to a 2-1 lead over the United States. Puck knocked out of the zone by Hannafin, coming back to play it as Brady Kachuk. Over to his brother Matthew. Solgaard settles the puck down. Denmark with 2 goals on 4 shots. And now they have iced the puck. There's Jensen. All smiles on the Denmark bench after he scored this goal from just inside the red line.
And a push hit on it. I mean, he's right there, and he just did not pick that puck up at all. And unlike every National Hockey League rink, you have fans right up against the glass. It's almost like a setup of the
Puck bounces in the crease after the save by Solgaard.
But the Winter Classic, where everybody's so far away, and obviously not as far as being in a football or a baseball stadium, but I don't know if that had anything to do with it. But
Little Larkin stopped by Solgaard.
just a miscue there by Swayman.
Dumped by Faber, that was blocked by Ogard. Puck down the net by Werenski. Outward pass, Larkin. Thompson taking the boards. Puck comes out to the left point. 4 minutes to go. First period.
Another bad change for Denmark there. A few minutes, they almost took advantage.
Puck deflects up to the netting and out of play. Off the stick of Faber. Olsen opened the scoring for Denmark.
Boards, you can see how dark it can be. And even the boards, if you look at the boards, I mean, where the Olympic signs are, those are black. And I just think Swayman lost it. He thought it was going to his glove side, and obviously went to the blocker side, and with a little bit of unfortunate luck there. I mean, it could have easily hit him. It just escaped him, but a tough pickup for Swayman. Let's see how he responds now, right? You give him a goal like that. Now the question is, you take it, you shut the door. Let's see how Swayman responds to the adversity.
Great point goes the puck blended in with the color of the boards as we had a view from behind Jeremy Swayman.
And also, to the eyes of Jensen, he was looking to the right. So his left of Matt Boldy, who was standing right there. And once he got up against the boards there, and that last replay we showed, it's not hard to lose it.
And so I have to be honest, I never, and maybe goals are different nowadays,
Saved by Swayman on Ehlers.
but I never looked at a guy's eyes when he had the puck. I mean, there was a read off of his stick, how his stick handle, how the angle was on the puck on his blade, that type of stuff. That I doubt that Swayman was taking a peek in his eyes. And I mean, now he very well could have. Maybe he's that advanced. I mean, but I just think it was just simple. Like he just lost it in the darkness of the boards, and a tough break.
Well, it sure looked like he was going to go around him. And he just throws it right at the net. You see guys do that often, right? Where you never look at the play, they go ahead and make a different type of play. But from that far out, it's noted Bruce on the point. You were a goalie for a long time in the National Hockey League, 13 plus years. You've seen a few things that great.
Seen a few get by me, I can tell you that. I know how they happen.
What is that like when it happens?
Oh, that's a terrible feeling. He knows when he lost it. He knows as it's midway. He's like, I don't see this thing. And
You're just hoping.
you're just hoping. You're like, please hit me. And unfortunately, it did not.
Swayman settles the puck down for Slavin. 3 to go, first period. United States trailing Denmark 2-1.
Well, I guarantee you, every time Denmark gets over that red line there, they'll think, you know what, why not? Why wouldn't you throw it right back at him?
Here's Sanderson for Team USA. Austin Matthews with the puck. Now Matt Boldy. Off the stick of Sogard. Puck over the glass. Out of play. Late first period in Milan.
An absolute thing of beauty.
What a goal in the 5-1 win over Latvia. Brock Nelson, who scored twice. Now, we mentioned several times throughout that game. The family connection. Brock Nelson's uncle, Dave Christian, on the 1980 gold medal winning United States squad. His grandfather, Bill, his great uncle, Roger, one goal, representing the United States in 1960. And those are the two times the United States men's hockey team has won the gold medal, and now their family member, Brock Nelson, will have to do it here in Milan. That is Taryn Kachuk, sister of Brady and Matthew. Wonder how long that took. Taryn, a terrific athlete during her collegiate days. Puck sent in by Jake Gensel into the left of Sogard. Nicholas B. Jensen with the go-ahead goal out of Plattsburgh State. Well, just inside the red line. The big back to Salt Lake in 2002, one of the biggest upsets in Olympic history. Belarus defeated Sweden. Tommy Salo was the goaltender, allowed a goal from center ice. The winner, 4-3. Of course, a lot of time to go in this one. Now Jack Hughes jumps on the puck for Team USA. There's JT Miller for the New York Rangers. Down to a minute and a half remaining in the opening period. Denmark took the lead just a minute 40 in. On a goal scored by Olsen, who's battling for the puck here. Olsen taken to the ice by McAvoy. Lawrenson with the shot. That was blocked by Jack Hughes.
However, this period ends for Team USA. I would be surprised if Mike Sullivan doesn't shake it up front and start moving some guys in and out around their forward lines.
Saved by Swayman.
Save there.
Got from Ogard.
Got a lot on that. You know, he was standing still.
Puck sent around behind by Lawrenson. Down to 40 seconds on the clock. The United States goes for a change, trailing by a goal. They are outshooting Denmark 11-7. Lars Eller in behind the net. Puck picked up by Noah Hannafin. Hannafin up the middle. Here comes Eichel. Eichel takes it down. No penalty will be called, and the puck is covered up by Sogard.
Good exit out of the zone by Noah Hannafin. The speed by Jack Eichel. And you see he was getting hacked around the hands, but unfortunately, watch his skates. He ends up just kind of losing an edge. There was not a lot of complaining going on from the USA bench, and more importantly, Jack Eichel. Face off the right circle in the Denmark zone.
Denmark pulled up a huge upset in the World Championships last year, beating Canada 2-1 in the quarterfinal round. That puck deflected off Sogard, comes to Orensky. Time winding down, puck through the crease. And Denmark will take a 2-1 lead into the locker room, and now Brady Kachuk stirs it up.
Ultimate for roughing, Smith for roughing.
Lawrence, the former Philadelphia Flyer. fouled as well.
Trying to change the momentum of this hockey game.
When you think back to the beginning of the Four Nations against Canada, Brady and Matthew got things started, dropping the gloves.
Didn't see any arms go up or any penalties called. We'll have to see what happens during the intermission. But this is news. USA down 2-1 after.
That's the other period one.
They start the second period with the Eichel unit along with Brady and Matthew Tkachuk. And into the adversity in the first period of their first game here in Milan. 2 goals disallowed. Challenges. Brady Tkachuk moves the puck back out. There's Charlie McAvoy in with a shot. And that was blocked by Fisa. Denmark back into the United States zone, leading 2-1. Here's Fisa trying to get it through to Storm. Storm was stripped of the puck, and now Jack Eichel has it for Team USA. Eichel resting the puck in. Denmark resting Freddie Anderson, the #1 goaltender. He allowed 3 goals in the opener, the 3-1 loss to Germany. They will play Latvia tomorrow. Chance there for Alexander True. Now Ehlers with it for Denmark. Puck comes out of the zone. Oliver Lawrenson back on it. And now it's Nick Ehlers. Ehlers for True. And that shot was blocked by Faber. Winds up out of play.
Well, Kenny, though, you go back to game 1, right? I mean, you talk about needing a spark, maybe to change the line. In game 1, it was Brady Tkachuk that I thought kind of dragged his team into the fight. He was physical. We saw it in the first period. He's in on the forecheck, mixed it up at the end of the period, had a good chance, and then eventually scored in that first period. So whether it's a change of line, or maybe a heart and soul guy like Brady Tkachuk or Matthew Tkachuk to kind of drag him into the fight, let's see if that happens here in this second period.
Face-off win there by Vincent Trocheck.
And then he Trocheck out there with Connor and Larkin.
Connor and Larkin have been playing with Tage Thompson.
And now the face-off too was on that right face-off too. So smart move by Mike Sullivan, the 2 centermen out there just in case somebody gets kicked out.
Now Sanderson plays the puck for the United States. Up the boards for Connor. Trocheck gets on to the bench. Puck played by Quinn Hughes in the neutral zone. Offside. With 2 minutes gone here in the second. Last time the United States trailed after the first period in games involving NHL players at the Olympics. 2010 gold medal game against Canada. Lost in overtime on the Sidney Crosby golden goal. NHL players returning for the first time since Sochi in 2014. This is Lars Eller for Denmark. Quinn Hughes plays the puck back behind his own net. Hughes up the left side. There's Brock Nelson scored 2 goals in the opener. Up by Jack Hughes off the side of the cage. Puck kept alive by the United States, and now it's poked down by Nicholas Jensen, the forward. The defenseman named Nicholas Jensen scored the second goal for Denmark as Sogard scoops the puck up.
Well, last night, a scary moment here in Milan. Late in the game, Kevin Fiala, the LA Kings forward, hit by Tom Wilson, and the left leg was collapsed on by Wilson. Fiala had surgery today in Italy. He's is out, obviously, for the season. Tough break for the LA Kings and a tough break for the Swiss team.
Canada with wins in each of their first 2 games here in Milan. Michael wins the draw. Matthew Tkachuk. And now the puck cleared by Frederick Storm.
That's a good period and 3 minutes.
Storm, 36 years of age, a 2-time Olympian. Here comes Eichel with Brady Tkachuk. Stopped by Sogard.
Good idea by Jack Eichel.
And Brady Tkachuk had his stick slashed out of his gloves, and a penalty will be assessed.
It was a very late call, and Team USA
Catches a break because it wasn't initially called. And then you heard the yelling from the bench and the players on
Penalty's gonna be called against Denmark. Yes!
reacted to it.
Russell to the box. First power play for Team USA. United States scored 2 power play goals. Thompson and Matthews. And one over left field. Thompson setting up down low. There is Quinn Hughes. Back out it goes to Hughes. Locks it across. And Eichel is stopped by Sogard.
Good idea there by Jack Eichel. When he shoots the puck, then you have to respect it because he can let it go. He defers more times than that on passing the puck here like he does to Tate Johnson. That's a beautiful goal on the backhand. And now a little interchange. Thompson moves up to the flank. Jack Eichel finds Austin Matthews and with great hands puts it to the back of the net. So a power play that's got some confidence right now.
Here's Eichel once again, backs it up. Now Thompson tries to get it across to Matthews.
It was open.
Puck played out of the zone by Denmark.
Ideally, you don't want to make that pass on your backhand if you can make it on the forehand, but you like the thought process.
Here's Eichel, back to Matthews. United States captain. Matthews. To Matthew Tkachuk. Now the return for Austin Matthews. There's Tkachuk. To Matthews. Matthews into the slot. Thompson. Now the puck comes out of the zone.
And options on both sides, regardless of who's running it, whether it's Tkachuk on one side or Matthews on the other.
Puck held it at the line. Great play by Matthews. Now Tage Thompson with it. Jack Eichel under a minute to go on the power play for the United States. With Hughes for Austin Matthews. Back out for Hughes. Matthews takes the shot. Now Thompson fires. And that was blocked by Eller.
Well, you said it. Either way, they can work it from the left or the right. Just different options, whether it's Matthews in the bumper or Thompson. It allows them to have different looks. Thompson had the best of the opportunities on that first ball.
Now Lorensky out to play the point.
Goldie, Grady, Tkachuk, Gensel, and Jack Hughes.
Brady Tkachuk and True face off, controlled by the United States. This is Boldy who has the U.S. goal. Puck sent up the boards by Oliver Lawrence, and then it's cleared down ice by Alexander True. Got the 20 seconds remaining on the power play for Team USA. Here's Boldy. Back out for Gensel. Here is Lorensky. Pass loose. Off the mark, intended for Boldy. Good stick there by Lawrence. And True again sends the puck the length of the ice. And that will do it for the power play as Russell makes his return. One shot. The United States with the man advantage. Pass intended for Jack Hughes, broken up. Clear down to the U.S. zone. Tonight's a call against Denmark with 5:21 gone. There in the second period. United States will win their opener 5-1 over Latvia. Latvia and Germany both 1-1 following the win by Latvia over the Germans earlier today, 4-3. Each team will play 3 games in the preliminary round, which comes to an end tomorrow. The 3 first place teams and the best second place team get a bye into the quarterfinal round. Here's Vincent Trocheck for JT Miller, New York Rangers teammates. Miller moves the puck back out. Shot by Sanderson is blocked. Battle for the puck along the boards. Miller comes away with it. And saved by Sogard on Sanderson. Puck sent in deep by True, and now Denmark goes for a change. JT Miller for the United States, back across the line. Miller taken to the ice. Puck was cleared out by Setkov.
The reception there by Bjorkstrand to be able to hold on to that puck and make a play to Ehlers. Somebody right in his back pocket.
Now Setkov moving in from the point. He has an assist tonight. Now Ehlers with it. Back out it comes for a shot by Setkov, and that's held by Swayman.
Those changes will be around the corner.
Quick Hughes on to pick up the puck for the United States, pressured by Jensen. Now it's McAvoy. Up the boards and out, deflected by Connor. Here comes Thompson. Cage Thompson with a shot, and that's turned aside by Sogard. Centering pass picked off by Blickfeld, the former San Jose Shark. So Larkin out here with Connor and Thompson. Denmark called for icing. Just over 13 minutes remaining here in period 2.
Guys, rumor before the game, Chris Chelios, the godfather of USA Hockey, reached out to the team and wished them the best and tried to give them some words of motivation, and hopefully that can get the boys going here in the red, white, and blue. But no doubt when you get a call from a guy like Chris Chelios, that's one of those things that can lift your spirits.
Knowing Chelly's probably called in between the first and second period too. Greatest to ever do it for the red, white, and blue. The longevity and the winning and everything else.
See that of yours on the 1984 Olympic team in Sarajevo.
Best ever.
Now here's McAvoy, kept it in at the line. Brady Kachuk got to the ice by Lars Eller, his teammate in Ottawa. McAvoy back to retrieve. Now Quinn Hughes. Now the pass, broke it up.
Eller lost the skate plate as he was going off the ice.
Now Eichel in to play the puck. Eichel sends it back out to the left point. Back around behind the net. Puck bounced away from Gensel. Put it out of the zone by Russell. Hanifin back on it for Team USA. Russell, number 63 for Denmark. Now Gensel comes in. Eichel along the wall. And now Gensel. Big hit at the line by Brudeser of Denmark. Puck now deflected in by Storm. Swayman settles it down behind the net for Werenski. Here comes Boldy. He has the lone goal for the United States tonight. Now it's Matthews. Matthews back out to Werenski. And then across to the left point. Then to USA from the crowd here on the line. They are trailing Denmark by a goal. In their second game of this preliminary round. Puck taken away by Ehlers from Werenski. Ehlers into the United States zone. Along with True and Bjorkstrand. Hits the trailer and then the pass from Marcus Lauritsen off the mark.
He had a chance to shoot that puck. That leg was so green for the D-man of Denmark, but tried to be a little bit too nice. And then Team USA got lucky there. It should be icing here against Denmark. I'm going to go back to that play with Lars Eller. Now watch. Hughes is going to try to pass this puck up, but watch the right skate of Lars Eller. The puck hits the blade of the skate. Watch the skate blade go flying right there. Charlie McAvoy almost slipped on it. And he had to lift that leg up, and great pickup by our crew, and it's tough enough to skate out there, Bush, when you got two, but when you only got one, it's really difficult.
Sanderson breaks up the play for the United States. Now Jack Hughes sends in deep. Shots 19-9 in favor of Team USA, 6-2 here in the second period.
How many high-quality chances, too? That would be the question. I don't feel like there's been really a lot of sustained pressure for Team USA. Somebody's got to be able to make a play here to turn the tide.
Go back to that last game. I thought they were all over when they warmed down as the game wore on, right? We just haven't seen enough of that sustained pressure. And so in this game to kind of wear down the day. It's just been a lot of one and done shots where Sokar's been able to see it, make the save, and really no second chance opportunities off of those.
Hard to track well. Who can be that guy? It can come in a lot of different ways.
Yes!
Throws a dart short side, and Team USA is back in it.
Well, he did it in game one. He got the red, white, and blue going, and this time it's in a different fashion. It's not through the physicality. It's the ability, as you mentioned, Enzo, to drag it and shoot it. I thought Marcus Lawrenson got awfully small there and trying to block that shot. Didn't allow his goaltender to really pick it up. And a perfectly placed shot by Kachuk ties this thing up.
Beating his Ottawa Senators teammate, Sogard. Brady Kachuk with his second goal. Here in Milani opened the scoring in the game against Latvia. Jack Eichel, the face-off win, picks up the assist. So Team USA ties the game for the second time tonight. Here's Charlie McAvoy just past the midway point. Period 2. Vincent Trocek into the corner. Connor held up there by Jensen. Puck kept alive. Got a glove save made by Sogard on Larkin. And now some extracurricular activity. Trocek, Kyle Connor involved for the United States. Moments ago, Brady Kachuk tied the game 2 apiece in Milan. Eichel and Eller. Eichel wins it back to Brady Kachuk. And then Werenski with a shot and the glove save made by Sogard.
Back to Brady's goal. Watch what he does with this puck. He just pulls it into himself to not shoot it into the traffic after the face-off win by Jack Eichel. He gets it. He pulls it just enough. There was a screen there. But the reading and the quick release were the key.
Eichel scores!
Yes!
Two goals in 57 seconds. The second.
Well, the first game against Latvia, we talked about Nelson's line being productive. Well, the Eichel line was as well. They've continued their strong play here in the second game. This time it wasn't quite the face-off win that Eichel did on the Brady Tkachuk goal, but he gets the bounce. He's able to step into it, and that right-hand shot's able to find some room on the short side. A beautiful finish by Jack Eichel upstairs.
You always talk about the importance of face-offs. Those two goals for Team USA, both immediately off draws. Michael unassisted. 3-2 United States.
Team USA is 13 of 15 in the offensive zone.
Brock Nelson's shot that gets blocked by Ehlers. Here's Werenski over to Sanderson. United States trail 2-1. 2 goals in under a minute. They have their first lead of the game. Now Sanderson over for Team USA. Jack Hughes. Down in front, shot fired high.
Beautiful pass by Jack Hughes.
Brock Nelson off the mark.
Yeah. Just missed a little bit up top.
Now here's Ehlers. Ehlers dropping it off for True. Bjorkstrand cutting for the net. Now True controls the puck. Werenski with it for the United States. 8.5 to go, second period. Now Lawrenson taken to the boards by Jake Gensel. Played offside. Now Denmark comes away with the puck. Here's Olsen, who opened the scoring tonight. Off the bench, he's looking to dig it free. Puck still picked by Olsen on the wall. And now Matthews works it around for Quinn Hughes. Shots are 23-9 in favor of the United States. Puck was cut off by Brugesser. Denmark shoots back in.
He had a chance to maybe make a play offensively. He just couldn't pull it off the wall.
Now Boldy has to play the puck. Boldy was bumped off by Setkov. Quinn Hughes back on it for Team USA. Hughes had it taken away. Bouncing puck after the strip by Ogard. And now Kyle Connor into the Denmark zone. Puck then shot around by Jensen, who scored the go-ahead goal for Denmark in the first period. Faber steps up. Now Larkin. Faber there as well.
Doing a good job of filling in for Faber. The below the goal line. Excellent read.
Here's Connor. Onto the stick of Thompson. Long shot. Missed the net. And off the side of the cage from Connor. Connor with it once again. Out to Faber. Faber's shot. That was blocked. Quickfeld getting in front of it. Here's Tage Thompson. Thompson shoots. Up chased down by Larkin. Faber cannot hold it in the zone. So the United States regroups with 6.5 to play in the middle period, leading Denmark by the score of 3-2.
6 or 7 minutes, starting to look a lot like that Latvia game where they're spending significant time in the offensive zone. You're starting to get that wear down effect.
They held Denmark to only 9 shots. Here comes Brady Tkachuk. Coming wide and then shoots wide.
Like the idea there from Brady. No hesitation trying to make any kind of a pass or anything. You know what? Just take it right to the net. As far as you can go and then fire the puck. Even though he missed the net, that's the right idea.
Puck was carried in deep by Russell. And now the United States clears. Under 6 to play, second period. Denny Albert, Eddie Olczyk, Brian Boucher, Catherine Tepman. Well, Santa Julia Arena in Milan as Sanderson moves the puck out. Played by Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand, number 27 for Denmark. His father, Todd, is an American born in Minnesota, played collegiately at the University of Maine, and then had a long career in Denmark, and that is where Oliver was born. His father was a teammate of the United States assistant coach John Tortorella. Working on Mike Sullivan's staff. Now it's McAvoy, survey. Moves it back out onto the stick of Quinn Hughes. Backhand shot, and that was blocked by Fisker Mulgard. Now Jack Hughes with it. Brock Nelson got the puck knocked off his stick, and it's cleared out by Ehlers. Bjorkstrand looking for it. Puck sent along by Fisker Mulgard, and now Denmark goes for a change.
I can put a finishing check there on Fisker Mulgard.
Puck set up the boards by Mulgard, and now it's Jack Hughes back to brother Quinn. Charlie McAvoy, United States gets some fresh forwards onto the ice. Pass was picked off by Setkov.
Good play, Setkov.
Now Quinn Hughes.
Thinning down by Larzella right in front of Jeremy Swing.
Brady Tkachuk now with 2 goals in Milan. Brother Matthew has 3 assists, 5 points for the Hughes family as well. 2 sets of brothers on the United States men's hockey team, first time since 1964. You had young Roger Christian. We talked about the family lineage with Brock Nelson and Herb and Dave Brooks. Herb would go on to coach the Miracle team in 1980. Two brother combos in 64, 2 here in 2026 in Milan. Puck knocked out of the air by Matthews off the stick of Boldy. Sent ahead by Eller. And now a scoring chance for Denmark, and Whitfeld missed it in.
Missed it by a lot. That was a 2-on-1. Clear from the blue line. Quinn Hughes has got to get off the ice. Him and Charlie McAvoy have been out a while.
Long change in the second period. Quinn Hughes back to play the puck for Team USA. Just over 3 minutes to go in period 2. Goals from Brady Tkachuk and Jack Eichel from the United States on top. Now the defense pair heads off to the bench. Hughes and McAvoy, placed by Sanderson and Faber. It's Faber straight away. Into the left with Sogard. One play behind the net by Lawrenson. And now it's Faber for the United States. Shots are 10-2 here in the second period. Score!
Which they scored.
And now it's Faber for the United States. Shots are 10-2 here in the second period. Score!
Yes!
What a beautiful pass here by Vinny Trocheck. The recognition in the middle of the ice to see where the open space and where the speed can come from. And Hanifin, the D-man, just fires the puck. And I think the first one might have been blocked there, Bush, and it came right back to him. But Trocheck made the play in the neutral zone.
And that's the tough play for Sogard. Once it gets blocked, he's out of position, and it just squeaks through the legs. And a good call by the official, Dan O'Rourke. He was right on the scene. He said goal, and you can see on the replay there was just about a half inch of white as it goes through Sogard's legs. And with his first of the tournament gives the U.S. a 2-goal lead here in the second.
Hanifin listed as the 7th defenseman. He had seen only 4 minutes, 19 seconds of ice time today prior to that shift. And he scores a huge goal for the United States. The assists, Trocheck and Faber. 3 goals in just under 8 minutes for Team USA as Ehlers sends the puck into the left of Jeremy Swayman.
It was a makeshift line there for Mike Sullivan. He had Larkin, Thompson, Trocheck out there.
Ehlers with a shot. Puck kept alive by Denmark. True directed it out to the point. Now Ehlers with it. Werenski for the United States. Under 2 to go. Here in the middle period from the line. Jacob Slavin cutting wide. And the save made by Sogard.
How about that missed opportunity for Denmark? Lichfeld with that 2-on-1 missing the net.
Werenski's shot blocked by Fisker Bogard. And deflects out of play. Noah Hannafin of the Vegas Golden Knights. First of his ankle. He leads 3-2. Hannafin extends the lead. On TurboTax, Catherine will chat with Jack Eichel, who has a goal and an assist here in period 2.
There's Vinny Trocheck on the goal, and then here's the eventual goal score. But watch the patience by Trocheck along the wall. He gets it, wait, and makes a beautiful little backhand pass. Fortunate bounce from Hannafin. And he gets it back, and he puts it into the back of the net. A couple of Vegas Golden Knights. Back-to-back goals for Team USA.
Now here's Matt Boldy. Already has one today. United States with 3 goals on their last 5 shots. There's Werenski, carries it in deep. Down to a minute 20. Push it across the face. Matthews stopped by Sogard.
Great pass by Boldy. Fortunately for Matthews, he just wasn't able to elevate that puck.
Now it's Gensel for Boldy. And the save made by Sogard.
Sogard was down early. There was a lot of room there. Boldy could have seen it a little earlier.
I like seeing Matthews get that opportunity there. Great feed here by Boldy. Matthews on the back door, and what a save there by Sogard. But just the idea of Matthews getting a real good look at 5-on-5 is a real good thing. We would love this line to really get going and create headaches for the opposition with regards to matching up. That's the best chance at 5-on-5 in this game.
Brock Nelson with Vincent Trocheck and JT Miller. Final minute of the period. United States with 3 goals here in the second. Brady Tkachuk, Eichel, and Hannafin now leading Denmark 4-2. One play by Noah Hannafin. Pass intended for Nelson was blocked off. Now it's Trocheck for the United States. Looking to connect with Nelson. It's an icing call against Team USA.
Oh, we had a chance to visit with Vinny Trocheck the other day, and I asked him specifically over his hockey career if there was somebody, a coach or manager, when he was an amateur player or junior player, that would be smiling from ear to ear to see him playing in the Olympic Games. And he mentioned one of the greatest American-born players ever to play in the National Hockey League, the legendary Phil Housley. And he coached, Phil Housley did coach Vinny Trocheck for Team USA, the World Junior Championships, as well for a period of time with the New York Rangers. So, Howie is tuning in, saying hello to that smooth skating defenseman from St. Paul, Minnesota.
I see this
And his
call.
name came up earlier when we chatted with head coach Mike Sullivan. And you asked, is there anybody that you watched or played against that would huge reminds you of?
And the answer? Phil Housley. Especially walking across the blue line is where Mike Sullivan really made it known that that's really where he thought this was very, very similar. It's so tough to defend.
Score! In the final seconds of the second period, Philip Kruger fires a shot past Jeremy Swayman to give the United States lead to 1. Another goal off the face-off play, this time it's Denmark.
Exactly 10. You need a save here for Jeremy Swayman. You don't get it. But give Denmark credit. It's been all Team USA here in the last 10 minutes, 12 minutes. screen there by JT Miller. But Denmark's got some juice here at the end of the second.
You can see Swayman look to the left of Miller, but the shot was taken and went to the right of Miller. So there, as it's en route, that's where Swayman would lose it for a split second. And a huge goal for Denmark at the end of the period to...
Then we reached the other second period. Look, a TV show.
I hope you can walk because I'm not carrying you.
I feel liberated.
Saw or shovel?
Double plug and stream it only on Disney Plus.
Well, if you win your group, you have a bye into the quarterfinal round. 8 of the 12 teams must play an extra game in the playoff round, and the 4 winners will then advance.
What's the feel down there at ice level, Booch?
Not a lot of chatter. Pretty quiet. You know, again, these two teams, they're so far apart in the benches, so you don't have the same type of chatter that you have in NHL games. And I feel, to me, it looks like business like for the United States. I think they know what's at stake in these final 20 minutes. They've got to find a way to get this win, get that momentum back, as you talked about. But it seems to be business like here at ISO.
You got your own bench yourself.
I do.
More room for you, Bruce, than normal back home.
Could put a couch in here.
Shot attempt by Jensen off the side of the cage. Denmark in white, United States in blue. Denmark led 2-1 after 1 period. That shot misses the net from Marcus Lauritsen.
Down there by Matt Goldie doing a good job defensively.
Here comes Dave Gensel, waiting for teammates. Back out for a shot by Swayman.
Stick of Austin Matthews.
Now Jensen circles back with it. For the Vancouver Canucks. Here comes Gudasher. This will be third Denmark goal. Bjorkstrand was held up along the wall by Thompson. 1 goal game, early third period. Centering pass intended for Bjorkstrand, and now
Two Wheelers was looking for him. He just couldn't get it to him.
puck was slipped out of the zone by Bjorkstrand inadvertently.
Lundqvist had a couple of good looks. Top one for Denmark.
Bjorkstrand and Ehlers along with True. Now it's Setkov for Denmark. Setkov dropping it back. True out to the point. And that shot by the other Jensen. He scored the second Denmark goal. Puck kept alive by Alexander True. Then taken away by Charlie McAvoy.
Oka just missed that high tip for Denmark.
Here comes Kyle Connor. Save made by Sogard on Jack Hughes.
By Connor in the entry.
Puck covered up by United States goaltender Jeremy Swayman with the U.S. leading 4-3. Boots.
Yeah, it's been a bumpy game for Jeremy Swayman. There's no other way to put it. Giving up 3 goals on 13 shots. As we look at Swayman's night, the long-range shot from center ice that escaped him in the first period gave Denmark a 2-1 lead. One that you just hate giving up as a goaltender. And then late in the second, were dwindling down. Swayman not able to come up with the save on the point shot. Made the score 4-3. You know, at the NHL level, when you look at the advanced stats, Jeremy Swayman from long-range shots, his save percentages in the bottom half of the league. The league average is .967 from long range. His save percentage is .951. How much you put into that is pretty much how you look at it. But there seems to be something there for Jeremy Swayman. Sometimes those long-range shots do give him issues.
And Bush, if we can, when you say long-range shots, is that from the blue line in? Is
think they're counting the
No, right. I'm saying the offensive zone. You're saying from the top of the circle out towards the blue line.
I don't know the exact distance, but I would say let's count 5 feet outside the top.
That's what I would think. That's what I would think. Out above the top of the circle. Now, does it tell you when he screamed? Does it tell you when he got deflected? Okay, well, then that's the problem.
That's a great point.
That's the problem.
Because not every shot is created equal.
The Kachuk brothers on the ice along with Jack Eichel.
Turn this game around in favor of Team USA.
Eichel and Brady Kachuk with goals. Matthew has an assist. Eichel with an assist as well. Puck is covered up by Sogard. Awkward looking stop. And who's right in the middle of it once again? No surprise. Brady Kachuk.
To the blue paint, Brock favors the D-man. Looking for a bounce, looking for maybe a second chance opportunity.
Teammates in Ottawa having a good battle there between Eller and Brady Kachuk.
Looks like they're passing across the quite a few times here tonight.
Goaltender Sogard, an Ottawa Senator as well. Puck kept at the line by Faber. Moves it back around. Brady Kachuk. Had the puck roll off his stick. And it's carried out by Russell. Now Jack Eichel with it.
Denmark bench wanted a penalty on Brady Kachuk as he finished his hit on Patrick Russell along the wall.
Puck sent in by Noah Hannafin, who scored the 4th United States goal. There's Jake Gensel into the slot. Matthew Kachuk. Stopped by Sogard. Kachuk continues to battle for the puck. Hannafin steps up. Gensel there as well. Puck comes out of the zone. So Team USA will regroup. Denmark makes a partial change. Austin Matthews had the puck stripped. Here comes Nick Ehlers. Ehlers surrounded by United States players.
Denmark was in the middle of the change. That's why Ehlers was all by himself.
Here's Zach Werenski of the Columbus Blue Jackets. Turned aside by Sogard.
One side, good idea by Werenski.
Austin Matthews pass. That was blocked off by Ehlers. Puck sent ahead by Goldstrand. Here comes True. Bothered from behind by Sanderson.
Excellent defensive play. That is absolutely large by Sanderson.
Shot wide by Olsen. Now a glove save made by Jeremy Swayman.
Hockey is about giving it and going. And that's exactly what Bjorkstrand and True did for Denmark through the middle of the ice. And you watch the play by Jake Sanderson, outstanding. To be able to put some pressure on the right side of the body of True, gets stick on stick, and then he loses control. And then Swayman's able to gather in that puck. An excellent defensive play by another Ottawa Senator, Jake Sanderson.
4 Senators in this game. Now it's Quinn Hughes of the Minnesota Wild. Kyle Connor of the Winnipeg Jets. Dropping it back for Dylan Larkin. Slipped aside by Sogard. Puck sent back out to the point. Past the outstretched stick of Quinn Hughes.
Great idea by Trocheck. He tried to bank it off the boards and get it to Hughes, but unfortunately hit the curvature of the boards and took right off.
Quinn Hughes in with a shot. Getting a piece of that one was Jensen Obu. Now McAvoy. United States wants the puck around, leading by a goal.
Good screen by Connor in front of the net.
This will be an icing call against Denmark. Just over 5 minutes gone in period 3. Head coach Mike Sullivan referred to Quinn Hughes as magical when we spoke with him prior to the game.
He said oftentimes that's their best breakout right there. The fact that the team can wheel it and leave a guy behind the net and then turn and burn it. And guys that can do that, boy, it makes a huge difference.
It's no fun when you're chasing those guys out.
The Ox will get it back out. Lifting and jump brothers. There's McAvoy. Matthews can jump. His shot was blocked by Olsen. Brady can jump. That one for the puck in the corner. And it deflects out of play. Second game for Team USA following their win over Latvia in Group C. Every team plays 3 games against other teams in their group. And the first place clubs will receive a bye into the quarterfinal round, along with the best second place team. So, goal differential could become a factor as far as tiebreakers. We saw Finland defeat Italy 11-0 earlier. And even after they had a 6-0 lead after 2 periods, they know that
They tried
goal
to
differential
Yeah, they
could
tried
be,
to run it. They did.
could be very important as far as which team is number 4 to get the bye into the quarters. The other 8 teams will take part in a playoff round with 4 teams advancing. There's Brady to jump, defended by his Ottawa teammate, Lars Eller. Eller takes the puck away, kept alive by Eichel. And his shot was blocked in front by Lawrenson.
Excellent defensive play there by Eichel. Zeller, if he gets that puck, he might have been in all alone.
Now it's Whitfeld. Going wide on Jack Hughes. Shot misses the net. If the play the puck is through the serve. Coming out from behind the goal was Nicholas Jensen. And now it's Jack Hughes back into the Denmark zone. Shot by Lorensky, blocked in front. Cleared down by Whitfield. No icing as Denmark goes for a change. 13.5 remaining. Here's Walensky, hits the red line. Into the left of Sogard. Gensel over to play the puck. Gensel with Austin Matthews. Jack Hughes still on the ice. Here is Walensky with a shot, and that did not get through.
So with the block.
Walensky back out for Jack Hughes. Jack Hughes with the shot, and that was close to rolling over the goal line. And now Matthews off the side of the post.
Just a matter of time for Austin Matthews. He's been all over it around the blue paint. He's got to continue to go to that area of the ice.
Jack Hughes with it once again. Long shift in the Denmark zone for the United States, leading by a goal. There's Gensel, back to Walensky. Walensky, centering pass. Kept alive by Matthews. Matthews, Gensel score! Austin Matthews setting up Jake Gensel. The United States now leads 5-3.
What?
Jack Hughes with it once again. Long shift in the Denmark zone for the United States, leading by a goal. There's Gensel, back to Walensky. Walensky, centering pass. Kept alive by Matthews. Matthews, Gensel score!
What?
For the United States, leading by a goal. There's Gensel, back to Walensky. Walensky, centering pass. Kept alive by Matthews. Matthews, Gensel score!
Yes!
Matthews setting up Jake Gensel. The United States now leads 5-3.
Relentless pressure for the trio up front. Matthews, Gensel, and Hughes, who had jumped down halfway through. But what an effort. An interchange there by Wawrinski and Matthews. Far side shot there by Gensel.
You said it, Edzo. The relentless effort. What a shift. By Austin Matthews. The chance by the goal mouth. Then the help to retrieve the puck, a dogged effort, and then the feed to Gensel, and just a huge goal for the United States.
Jake Gensel of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Save made by Swayman, Matthews, and Wierenski with the assists. 5-3 lead for Team USA. 12:23 to go. The United States women have advanced to Monday's semifinal round. They will take on Sweden, who defeated the U.S. in a shootout back in 2006 in Torino in the semis. That is the only time the United States did not play for the gold medal in the last 7 Winter Olympics. This was Sochi 2014. Goals from Alex Carpenter. There's Amanda Kessel. Made it 3-0. And then Monique Lamoureux with the 4th goal for the United States. A 6-1 win over Sweden the last time they met in the semifinal round in women's hockey. Canada has advanced as well, awaiting the winner of Finland and Switzerland. Canada and the United States have combined to win all 7 gold medals in women's hockey since the sport was introduced at the Olympic level in 1998. 5 for Canada, 2 for the United States. And the U.S. is dominated. They are 5-0 here on the line and outscored their opponents 26-1. The U.S. men 5-3 lead over Denmark following the goal scored by Jake Gensel. Denmark had a 2-1 lead after 20 minutes. Goal from Jensen from just inside the red line, which fooled Swayman. Team USA then scored 3 goals in under 8 minutes in the second period. A late goal from Denmark. And now Gensel gives the U.S. some breathing room. Denmark with 6 current NHL players, as opposed to every man on the United States roster. Here's Faber with a drive, and that's stopped and smothered by Sogard.
It's going to feel awfully good for Matthews and Gensel to get on the score sheet. We just felt it's a matter of time with the opportunities, especially Austin Matthews has had in this game too for Team USA. When you're expected to score and you don't, it weighs on you. Makes a beautiful pass to Gensel and gives his team an opportunity with a little bit of cushion here, up to with 12 to go.
Faber's pass was blocked. Now Sanderson with the puck. Back over to Faber. Off the stick of Matthews. Shots are 35-15 in favor of the United States. There's Matthews once again. Long shot, missed the net. Boldy over to play the puck. Kept alive by Jake Gensel. Now Boldy once again. Across for a shot by Sanderson. Sogard covers it.
Oh, Smith with bluffing, Smith with bluffing.
I did not see an arm go up until I saw the stick get up around one of the Danes.
Brugerson cross-checked Matthews right up around the face. That's right as Matthews was getting to the net.
I only saw the one arm go up on Matthews, and that's what's going to be here.
I can't believe that they don't give a penalty to Brugerson on the initial. Between the two, but as the play ends, watches Matthews gets to the net. Right there, that cross check.
That wasn't bad, but then right there he goes up high. So that first one was a little bit lower, and the retaliatory penalty there by Matthews is what the officials saw. They didn't see the first one, but they did see that one. So an opportunity here for Denmark.
I will say from my angle, it looked a little worse at ice level. When you look at that replay there, I thought it caught him up around the face area, but that was not the case.
Second power play for Denmark. They had 1 shot on their first. Bocek and Miller, the penalty killing forwards for the United States. Matthews in the box for cross checking. Denmark looking to pull to within a goal. Here's Ehlers. Now Russell with some room. Shoots it wide. Now on the ice, Ehlers, Bjorkstrand, Russell, and Fisker Bogart.
Keep in there by Bjorkstrand.
Looking for it, he's got it.
As Russell just looked off the side of the net, Eller was wide open, all by himself. When you're Russell there, you're just trying to get it to the net. Get on the far side, Eller's all by himself there, but never a bad play to get the puck at the net. That's what Russell spent some time in the United States Hockey League playing for the Waterloo Blackhawks, Waterloo, Iowa, and then ended up playing 2 years at St. Paul State College Hockey.
And 59 games with the Edmonton Oilers. Now Eller works the puck back out onto the stick of Nick Ehlers. Return for Eller. Trying to get it in front and a diving play to clear the puck made by Dylan Larkin. Now Brock Nelson with the United States shorthanded took the puck away from Fisker Bogart. And now he starts up ice for Denmark. Under a minute to go on the Matthews penalty. And just over 10 to play in the third period. Here's Ehlers. Ehlers moves the puck down low for Eller. Back to Nick Ehlers.
Keep an eye on Bjorkstrand. Been open a couple of times on the power play.
Here's Mr. Bogart. Takes the return pass. Out for Ehlers. Ehlers defended by Brock Nelson. Carry pass, and that's it wide. And the United States clears the puck down ice. Penalty time winding down. 9-4 to play. Third period. United States leading by 2. Another save by Swayman that time on Pfizer. Matthews makes his return. 2 shots for Denmark. They are now 0 for 2. United States with a goal from Jake Gensel here in the third period to extend their lead. They trail 2-1 after 20 minutes. Puck set it deep by Bogart of Denmark. Here comes McAvoy. In front, Matthew Tkachuk, and then Brady Tkachuk stopped by Sogard.
Brady Tkachuk cannot believe he didn't put that into the empty net.
Jake Gensel did earlier in this period.
But the line to wear down Denmark, just relentless pressure. You can see how Gensel just finds a soft area now. For Denmark, their defenders were dead tired because of that shift where Matthews and Gensel, they absolutely dominated in the offensive zone, and Gensel was able to find that soft area, and the beautiful feed by Matthews and Gensel with his first goal. And these a big goal to give the U.S. team some breathing room.
And a goalie change coming here for Denmark.
Sogard replaced by Frederick Diekau. Fifth-round pick by Montreal back in 2019.
That's all concerned with that reaction by Matt Sogard. And that last save he made on Tkachuk, I mean, it was one that was made in the splits. I wonder if something got tweaked while making that save before we went to break.
Diekau was a goal. And Denmark upset Canada in the quarterfinals of the Worlds last year. They also faced the United States in that same tournament, lost 5-0. Sogard off on the Denmark bench. Here's Quinn Hughes, cross-ice pass. Puck held in the zone by Matthew Tkachuk. Down to 8:31 remaining. As we take a look at what happened to Sogard.
Watch as he stands with that right leg.
And Brady Tkachuk comes in here, or excuse me, Matthew Tkachuk comes.
Sogard has had a history with injuries. He's played most of his season in Belleville, American Hockey League, out of his farm team. And the last couple of seasons, after having a chance with the big club a few years back, has had to deal with a lot of injuries and a lot of missed time.
Shot by Werenski was blocked. Olsen giving up his body and he's shaken up.
Got a good reaction from everybody on the bench. Tapping the sticks against the boards.
Olsen opened the scoring for Denmark here today. Getting in front of his Zach Werenski attempt. Shots 38-18 in favor of the United States.
Dominating in the face-off circle. 39 of
Werenski able to play the puck. United States with a 5-3 advantage. 3 goals in just under 8 minutes in the second period from Brady Tkachuk, Jack Eichel, and Noah Hannafin. Here's Russell.
39 of 60 face-off.
Over 65% for Team USA at the face-off dot.
A couple of them in there. Into the back of the net. Well, they needed it. They were down 2-1. Eichel won the face-off cleanly to Brady Tkachuk, and he buried it and got Team USA up and running.
There was Larkin stopped by decal.
I don't know if Larkin realized he needed a little bit more time here. He could have skated this puck right to the blue paint and made any kind of a move on decal. Nice play by Kyle Connor. Hughes starts it. Face off here. Yeah, right there. I think if you asked Dylan Larkin now, probably tell you he probably wishes he would have taken another stride towards the net instead of thinking that he had, it seemed like to me, he had to hurry the shot, which maybe had a little bit more time than he realized.
Larkin, Thompson, and Connor on the ice for the United States, leading Denmark 5-3. Puck sent into the corner by Jensen. Faber back on it. Now Sanderson for the United States. Outlet pass Connor. Here comes Larkin. The return for Connor with 7 minutes on the clock here in the third period.
Just the James Thompson in a while.
Shot by Sanderson, turned aside by decal.
No idea where that puck was. He thought he actually had it. He was squeezing that left arm to his body like he had it. The puck was in the corner.
Paige Thompson tried to get it through to Kyle Connor. Puck carried out by Bjorkstrand. Taken away from True. And now it's Connor once again, motoring up ice. United States in the midst of a change. Connor shoots in, and now he will head off to the bench. Jack Hughes. Now Brock Nelson. Out to Noah Hannafin. And decal has this one.
Some of our newer fans watching. Different rules, a lot of different rules compared to the National Hockey League to Olympic competition, and one of them, the equipment. You see around a lot of the necks of the players, the skaters, mandatory neck guards for every player in Olympic competition. It's not like that in the National Hockey League. It takes a little getting used to, but the safety first when it comes to the Olympic competition.
Nelson won to draw. Jack Hughes with a long shot. Hughes keeps the puck alive for the United States. Out to Hannafin. The U.S. leading by 2. They trail 2-1. After 1 here in Milan, J.T. Miller keeps the puck alive. Miller's shot blocked. And now Denmark with it. Lars Eller. Denmark stays onside. Pass was behind Jensen. Jack Hughes with Brock Nelson. Pass Pass broken up. Lars Eller once again for Denmark. Down to 5:40 remaining. Here comes Jack Hughes. Hughes comes to his left. Score! Ready to jump, cut it to the net. And the United States now leads 6-3. As Hughes was looking for it to jump, not sure if it got to his stick. Oh, it's a good job. Pass broken up. Lars Eller once again for Denmark. Down to 5:40 remaining. Here comes Jack Hughes. Hughes comes to his left.
Yes!
Ready to jump, cut it to the net. And the United States now leads 6-3. As Hughes was looking for it to jump, not sure if it got to his stick. Oh, it's a good job by Brock Nelson in the neutral zone here to create the turnover for Jack Hughes, and then Hughes does the rest. The patience and the craftiness to bank it off of Decow, who gets twisted out of position. You can see how aggressive he was, and only smart players know to make plays like this. Decow out of position, he banks it right off the left foot and in the net, and Jack Hughes gives the U.S. team plenty of breathing room here in the third.
Elite skill level players. As you take a look at Jack and Quinn's parents, when you get in that situation, everything slows down. So he knew, to Bush's point, exactly where he was on the ice and where he was going to try to place it. Sometimes it doesn't always work out on where you want to put it. His ankle loses his stick as it breaks.
Now a wraparound attempt. Was stopped by Swayman. That was Mr. Mulgar.
Oh, Smith with roughing, Smith with roughing.
And to throw it to that area if you're Jack Hughes, makes it look so easy.
Tomorrow, USA versus Germany on USA.
So U.S. will have a quick turnaround, and we'll be paying special attention to those two guys when they face the Germans.
Teams receive 3 points for a regulation win. The United States, should they hang on to this game, would go to 6 points for 2 regulation wins. Germany, 1 win, 1 loss. They have 3 points. But then if Germany were to win tomorrow in regulation, first tiebreaker is head-to-head.
And that's all you, Kenny, because then you can explain the breakage and the tiebreakers.
We've been studying it for the last week or so. Here comes Gensel. Matthews to the net. And a penalty. Redirect by Matthews goes wide. Touch is made, and now the United States will go to the man advantage.
Matthews got inside there,
Yeah, as this game has gone on, this line has really started to get going. When we talked to Mike Sullivan before the game, he made mention about the Eichel line and the Nelson line really playing well, but the other line is still a work in progress. He felt that the Matthews line in game 1 was somewhat disconnected. As this game has gone on, I feel like they've really started to get some good chances, and you can see the confidence is growing as Matthews draws that penalty.
Liza in the box. United States with 6 different goal scorers. 14 players are on the score sheet. Only Eichel has 2 points here today. Second power play for the United States. 0 for 1 in this game. 2 for 4 in the line. Eichel, cross-ice pass. Matthews back out. Here's Matthews to jump. Just over 4 minutes remaining. Eichel back across for the crease from Matthews.
It's a dangerous play there with those guys playing pitch and catch.
Eichel's shot was blocked by Jensen Obu. Denmark clears the puck down ice. Under 4 minutes remaining. United States with a 3-goal lead. They trail after after the first period. 2-1. Now Matthews moves the puck ahead. Takes the return pass. Under a minute to go on the penalty. Quinn Hughes once again for the United States. There's Eichel. Matthew Tkachuk sends it deep. Eichel with it. Back out to Matthew Tkachuk. And the puck is cleared. Now Matthew Tkachuk once again for Jack Eichel. Eichel with a goal and an assist in the game. Matthew Tkachuk back out for Quinn Hughes. Puck rolled off the stick and then Quinn Hughes retrieves. There's Eichel. 10 seconds remaining on the power play. Austin Matthews. Back out for Quinn Hughes, and now Eichel with a shot. Now Pfizer returns from the box. Denmark kills it off. 2.5 remaining. United States in control, leading 6-3. They have 2 shots on the power play, now 0 for 2. For the second straight game, both Hughes brothers and both Tkachuk brothers have points. Puck held in the zone by Jensen of Denmark. They've been outshot by the United States 46-19. There's Allen in front. Backhand shot. It remains a 6-3 game.
Made the right move. He just wasn't able to connect. He went forehand, backhand, and missed on the short side. I don't know if the puck was on edge or he got bothered a bit.
They're folding into the Denmark zone with Larkin and Gensel. The playoff round will take place here on Tuesday. They're made by decals, so
Let's favor with the chance from the back end.
Denmark will be in action once again in the playoff round.
Oldie's going to go here.
Down to a minute 14. This is the Airport fan here in Milan. Here's tomorrow's schedule. The final 4 games of the prelims. Canada will win for their first 2 games. Will take on France, and will be the United States and Germany.
Who's touch on it? It'll be a great game tomorrow against the Germans.
Denmark will play Latvia tomorrow before their game in the playoff round. Tuesday here in Milan. Power play for Denmark. With time winding down. Holding in the box for the late game.
Moving around here tonight. They had a couple of good looks with the man advantage.
Here comes Ehlers down towards Strand. Then Russell. Final minute here in Milan. Russell with the puck for Denmark. Their third power play. Fisker Molgaard. Now Ehlers with a shot. Save made by Swayman. There's Ehlers. Down to 30 seconds. Shot blocked in front by Swayman. The United States screws the puck down ice.
Looked like that chance that Russell got to swing. That's a good stop with all that traffic out in front.
There's Bjorkstrand, 15 seconds. Russell. Puck goes out of the zone, so the United States will make it 2-0 here in Milan. Trailed after the first period. They defeat Denmark 6-3.
And we won the game.